Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bears and Death Podcast. You got your boys, the Guillotine, Rambo, fresh off of our Total Archery Challenge adventure the day after. How we feeling?
I feel fantastic, man. That was quite an adventure.
It was. I'm a little sore, 2 days of walking.
Yeah, you had 2 days. I only had the one, so a little. Yeah.
I feel great though.
Yeah, that prime course, I give that a 10 out of 10 all day long.
Fuck yeah.
It was just, man, it was an awesome course.
Yeah. I could have done without the stuff inside the woods, the little 30-yard, 40-yard shits here and there.
Yeah, I mean, there was only one that was kind of like a super easy. It was like 33 yards.
Yeah.
I think it was a bear.
Yeah.
And that one was kind of like, okay. Yeah. Everybody just fucking heart shot that fucking thing. And
if I can do it in my backyard, I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to do it here. But it was cool. It was a nice little, break. But I like the other ones, especially, man. So let's rewind. We'll get into all that.
Yeah.
So day one, which we'll be releasing that podcast before this one. We pretty much, you guys shot the tack. I drove up from Ryan's wedding. Buddy of ours got married, so I didn't get to shoot that day. But you guys, what course did you do day one?
Sika.
And we pretty much went over all that. Afterwards, we went to, let's go over some of the local places, because a lot of the people who, if you go to Seven Springs, this is going to relate to you. But if you go to other TACs, you might not really care about this stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe fast forward a few minutes, but... where did we go first, John? We went to our Airbnb.
Yeah.
Which was in Rockwood, right?
Sweet. Yeah, Rockwood.
Nice little Airbnb in there. And we went to this brewery called Trailhead Brewery, which had some great beer.
Yeah.
But don't really serve food. They had like little stuff, but
pierogies.
Yeah.
That's a thing in Pittsburgh, I guess. I wasn't looking forward to snacking on a pierogi and drinking a beer, so
yeah.
Got the fuck out of there.
Had a beer there, and the bartender, she gave us some reviews.
Yeah.
What were those two places?
What was that one place called?
Dough Girls?
Dough Girls.
Is where we ended up going.
And there was another place like Rack City? No, I don't think it was
Rack City, baby.
I don't remember what it was. It was something along those lines. And she said that Rack City was dirty and Dough Girls was clean.
Yeah, that was like her analysis.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but... Said Dough Girls had good pizza and wings. We went there, and they didn't serve alcohol. They had this little bar with a draft thing, and I was like, what do you got on draft? And they were like, oh, that's root beer. I was like, what the fuck?
What kind of shit-o is this?
Yeah. So they had some kind of like, I don't know, event going on outside, and they were serving like moonshine, and that was okay stuff. I wasn't a big fan of that.
I thought it tasted like shit.
I ordered the wings. You ordered the wings. Lunsky ordered the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, I would not recommend going to Dough Girls and ordering wings.
Worst wings I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, I can't think of another time where I've had worse wings. They're like wings you might get at like fucking, I don't know, a movie theater. I mean, they're pretty bad.
It tasted like, the texture was like a dirty kitchen sponge on a bone.
Yeah.
Slathered in Frank's Red Hot sauce.
Yeah.
It was fucking gross.
It was Frank's Red Hot. Yeah.
It was fucking gross.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. The pizza, the crust was really good. I guess to make their own crust, that was good. Runsky, his evaluation was, I don't know why you would have such good homemade dough and then put fucking ragu sauce on it. Sauce was, I think the sauce was definitely ragu.
Yeah.
But the pizza wasn't terrible. The pizza wasn't too bad.
But I mean, I feel like we got two safe bets with chicken wings and pizza that you really can't fuck up, but they damn sure did.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend that place too much.
Yeah.
So we left there after dissatisfying dinner, and we were like on a mission. Like, let's find a place to go drink some beers. We could go back to that brewery, or we seen that there was a Legion.
An American Legion.
That was right around the corner. Mm-hmm. We're like, well, that sounds more like our speed, some cheap beers. And we went in there, and you had to have a membership, which we do not.
Yeah.
But we had them there was a guy there that endorsed us, and we got some Yinglings fresh because Yingling is actually brewed like just an hour or two away, which is pretty cool. And it was like $6.25 for 3 Yinglings.
Yeah, it's great.
And yeah, we had a good old evening. Went back. That's when we recorded the podcast before this one. After we left there, as all the liquor stores were closed, so that kind of sucked.
Because like 8.
Yeah.
Place is a dump.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
Sorry if you live there, but
we were at the Legion. I asked the bartender. I was like, "Hey, can we get like to-go beers, or is there a beer store open?" And she was like, "Nope, no to-go beers, and the beer store's closed." And we're like, "Well, that sucks." But we had to get up early anyway.
Yeah.
Because our plan was to wake up around like 5:30, and go shoot at the Caribou.
Yes.
Because the wind was going to be basically nil, and our course started at 8 a.m. So we did exactly that.
Yeah. No.
Well,
first we went and had breakfast at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to rush Runsky up to the front door of the resort so he could piss out of his butt again. That's just like a year-to-year thing with him.
Yeah, last year was the same thing. He barely made it inside the bathroom. Like, as he was dropping his drawers, like, it just barely cleared the top of his pants, he said. So once he relieved himself, he joined us down on the practice course. We shot a little bit at, what was it? There was like a bison? Or no, it was a boar.
92 or 93.
Yeah, it was a boar. It was around 90 yards. We practiced on that a little bit. Felt great.
Yeah.
And we slid over to the Caribou. Give me your analysis. Give me the rundown, John.
I thought it went great.
The Caribou?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I shot fantastic. We both sent, 11? I think you might have sent.
I bought 3 extra.
Yeah, so
I sent 14.
You sent 14. Just money all the way around that motherfucker. And I was too. I mean, I had some flyers here and there, and so did everybody, but we shot as good as we could have without getting in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what we shot, I kept track. I got 6 10 rings out of 14 shots, and I had 3 of them on or like less than an inch from the line. So
that one, what was it? Just above, like a half inch above.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that one I got a picture of that one. I might post it to Instagram. I got one like a half inch above the line and one on the line, and then I had a flyer that was like, and I think it was inside the 10 ring. But that group was fucking all around it, man. I was felt like I was shooting great. I mean, it's just at that distance, it takes just a tickle of luck, you know. Even the guy shooting, he was like, and there was 2 other guys shooting with us, and they were fucking shooting great too. Yeah. One of them guys got in.
Two people got in.
2 people, they both did.
That one guy with the group the size of your fist got in.
That dude, man, that was whoever you were, man. That was
impressive.
Yeah,
and another guy just got lucky.
Yeah. But the dude was like, "This is the best group of guys I've seen shooting since we started." And but that other guy, he was doing real good.
Yeah.
He had that one group, man. It was legit, like the size of your fist, and one of them was in. The other 2 were just outside.
Not to take anything away from him, but how do you do that without?
Yeah, I mean. Not, dude.
Yeah,
that was.
I don't want to speculate.
I can't group that good at that yardage. I can't. I'm not that good. But yeah, I mean, the 4 guys that were shooting were all fucking all over that thing, man. That was really cool. And we were like, well, let's go shoot the course. We were running out of time, and then when we're done, if we feel up for it, we'll come back and shoot at it. So we left there. Felt really good about the Caribou. And got to the prime course. And that was pretty cool. I like riding the lift up because last year at the Yeti, now I know you guys did yesterday at the Sika, and I didn't get to because the Yeti was the only one I did last year, and that one you just walk to it.
Yeah.
But I like riding the lift up. That was cool.
Fuck yeah.
Got to the top of the mountain. Oh, and that morning it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah, on the way to McDonald's, my truck said 41.
Yeah, it was cold.
Shit, and we were not dressed accordingly.
No, we didn't pack anything but like shorts and tank tops and T-shirts, you know what I mean? So I was a little chilly.
Yeah. It was nice, though. Once you got moving, it was like, oh, man, this feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it ended up being like a perfect day. I think the high was like 70, and the worst wind, even up on top of the mountain, was maybe like, 12 miles an hour?
Yeah.
And that was at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
First target, can't remember what the yardage was. I think it was like 70-something. It was a boar just outside the wood line. We had a guy named Bruce from Jersey.
Oh, yeah, shout out. He's
Shout
cool
out. He was a cool dude.
A lot better than the guy me and Rusty shot with on Friday. Or Saturday.
Bruce was pretty cool, man. He shot with us, and he joined our group. And when he came up, he said we were talking when he asked. He was like, "Hey, you mind if I guys join you?" And you and Runsky just looked at each other, and you're like, "Here we go again."
We had PTSD.
Yeah. And I looked at the guy, and I made like a quick judgment. I was like, "This guy doesn't look like a douchebag." I was like, "Yeah, man, you can join us." And he was cool as hell.
Yeah.
And honestly, most of the people there are fucking really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
of course you're gonna get one weirdo.
yeah, there's always one, right? And he somehow found you guys.
Of course, we attracted him.
Yeah.
Guys, you mind if anyway.
Yeah, that's not rag on him too bad. He means well. But honestly, like, that's something I was talking to Tim about. It's like everybody there, you're all into the same shit, you know what I mean? And it's such a cool experience being around all these other people that love archery as much as you do. Because you're not going to TAC if you're like a casual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a pretty diehard fucking bow hunter or archer if you're at the TAC.
Even Bruce was only in, was it second year, he said?
Yeah.
And shooting for 2 years?
But he was obviously all in.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had a flagship prime bow. He's fucking got nice gear. So he was obviously in love with archery, even though he's only 2 years in. On the same note, Runsky's really only 2 years in too. So
yeah,
that's good. So that's really cool aspect of going to the TAC, man. They had way more vendors there this year too, and tents. It's Rob Chalinsky, man. He's putting on a great show. We didn't get to catch up with him. He's just too damn busy. We talked briefly about it. And I was like, well, if you're not fucking too beat after packing these targets up and stuff Sunday, we could do a podcast. But we ended up getting out of there pretty early. So maybe next year.
I mean, I figured that's how it'd be. We're going to have to really get a schedule with him next year because he's got to be just busy as shit.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah, well, we'll have to try to make that happen a little. We just got to be better at that aspect of this. Yeah. But, so first target, man, we started doing really good. I mean, everybody was shooting great.
Mm-hmm.
I only lost 2 arrows on the course. What'd you lose, John? You lost 2. Yeah.
On the same target.
I can't remember. I can't speak for Runsky, but we decided to play this game that we seen on on Facebook, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it was called Wound or Kill. And the way it works is if you're in the vitals, it counts as a kill. If you are outside the vitals, it's -1. So if you get vitals, it's 1 point. If you're outside, it's -1. And if you miss the target, it's 0.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't affect your score at all. And obviously the objective is to be positive at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And we all did really good. John ended up he was 10. I was 6, and Runsky was 3. So we were all well beyond positive, which is...
But I'm the winner.
John is the winner. He kicked ass, man. You were shooting great.
Yeah. Once I finally figured out my yardage issue, I shot lights out, I feel like.
Yeah, your day 2, as you felt, was way better than day 1.
Oh, fuck yeah. Except for that wolf. I think there was something wonky with that wolf.
Well, before we get to the wolf, let's talk about the target. A couple targets before that.
What was it, a black...
It was a black...
warthog or
stretching warthog.
Yeah.
And so we got there, and it's up on this hill, and it's out in the middle of a field, so it's a bright sunlight, beautiful day. And we ranged this thing, and my rangefinder said, like, 101.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, really? That's 101 yards? And I was like, yeah, man, that's what I
was
got.
like, there's no fucking way that's 101. No way.
So I fucking put my pin on 101, and I shoot, and right over the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was like well over the top.
Well over.
Yeah, I'm like, how the hell did I miss that bat? I was like, hold on, let me try that again. I shoot again. I aimed a little low this time. Right over top of it. I'm like, what the fuck? And you're like, dude, let's range this fucking thing again. Yeah. So I range it again, and I get 83, 101, 83, 101, bouncing back and forth. So what we think it was is sometimes hard surfaces, especially reflective surfaces, can give you inaccurate readings on your rangefinder.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 83.
It was 83, yeah.
Yeah, I shot for a third time, and I got in. But it was that one threw us for a loop.
Yeah, I was like, man, there's no way that's 101, and 83 it was.
Yep. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And we talked to some guys behind us, and they had the same issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So be cognizant of that, you know what I mean? Make sure you're getting good ranges, and these hard targets, you know, it's not like an animal's fur. It's much more reflective of sunlight and stuff, so you can have issues. And, of course, fog's another factor. Like, if you've got fog, man, your rangefinder might not work at all.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to trust your gut. Like, my gut said that 101 was not correct.
Yeah.
It obviously wasn't.
Yep.
So.
And if you have to, you got to range the grass right in front of it or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So the wolf, John.
That fucking wolf.
Give us a rundown of that wolf.
It was inside the woods. I forget what was it, 80? I think it was 83 too.
83. I think it was, yeah.
At least that's what it said. You went first, you hit it, and then I went whiff right over its back. When I shot it out, I was like, fuck that, I'm not going out like that. Whiff right over its back. And then I was like, okay, I'm not shooting anymore. Then Runsky whiffed over top, and then Bruce whiffed over top.
Yep.
Pretty sure there was something wonky going on with that fucking target too.
Yeah, and that was probably the toughest. That's hard to say. I mean, the antelope was pretty tough.
Yeah.
At the end, there was an antelope that was 90 yards uphill, and a steep uphill too.
Yeah.
And antelope isn't exactly a large target, but that wolf was tough because it had a like bush in front of it, or a little sapling.
Yeah.
And then there was a wooden log that was down right over top of it. I think Bruce hit the log.
Mm-hmm.
And that was tough, man.
Yeah, to me, that was the toughest one. Like, I can remember trying to focus. Like, because what I do is I anchor, and then I focus on the target, and my peep is kind of blurry, like, in the background distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't focus on either of them. I guess the way the woods, or the sun was coming through the woods, and the way the brush was in front of the target. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the toughest one for me.
That one was tough. I didn't shoot well. I was outside the insert on that.
Mm-hmm.
I hit it, but I wasn't a kill. It was a -1. It was a tough shot, man. Like you said, it was just the way the light was coming in the woods, and then the obstructions all around the fucking thing, and it was a 83 yards, so it was a tougher shot. It was tough. So then, I don't know, a little bit, fast forward a little bit, one of my favorite shots, maybe my favorite, and we both fucking smoked it.
The gator across the pond.
Yeah, what was that, like 72 or something?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's 72.
And there was a reservoir pond. I think that was the water that they would use that water in the wintertime to make snow.
Because it was really clear.
Yeah, really clear water. And they had a gator on the other side of the pond. That was a cool shot. We both fucking like 12-ring that thing. That was cool.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. I mean, it's only 10 inches high.
Yeah. Which made it just that much cooler. And at that point, you were like 3 ahead of me, and I was trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I smoked that thing. I'm going to pull ahead to John on this one. And you step up, and you fucking smoked it too. And I was like, God damn it, man.
At that point, it was all over but the crying.
Yeah, you just started to pull away there at the end. I just couldn't catch you.
I think the next target after that was we slayed a beaver.
Oh, yeah. And I am known to slay some beaver.
Yes, you are, good sir.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah, that was extreme downhill, and if you missed, it was sitting on a rock, and then there was a creek right behind it, so if you missed, your arrow was fucked.
Oh, yeah. And it was like the same color as all the rocks, too, so it blended in pretty bad.
He was like, where the fuck is this thing? I don't know what you guys are pointing at.
Yeah. It took a while to fucking find it. Yeah. Some of the targets were tough to find, man. There was another one across the pond that was like a big fucking goldfish, koi fish.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And then there was a real far one.
Holy shit, yeah.
127 yards to a bison, and it was like a steep incline as well. That one was really fun. We all took a couple shots at that. We all hit it, but I don't think any of us got any great shots on it. But it was just so cool to shoot that far.
Yeah, it's just fucking dive bombing an arrow across the damn valley.
Yeah.
It was sick.
A literal Hail Mary. I mean, nobody's sight's going to 127. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I maxed mine all the way out to where my fletchings just cleared, and the first shot I aimed right for the vitals, and I was just low. So then a second shot I aimed for just the top of its back, and I hit middle.
Yeah.
To the right. I think that might have been a little wind, because it definitely wasn't me.
Well, that one, the wind was a huge factor because it was in the middle of that giant like bowl. valley type deal. So that was a really fucking cool shot. I enjoyed the fuck out of that one.
Yeah.
The whole course, man, was just 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was awesome.
I love the big targets, like the big moose,
Yeah.
the bison. What else was big out there? I think that was it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of like mid-sized stuff. Like there was whitetail. I think there was one mule deer. But most of the targets were fairly large. I mean, there was a couple small ones like the
beaver, turkey.
The beaver, the turkey. We all smoked that turkey. It was like 53 yards. We all smoked that thing. All four of us did. It was just a cool fucking course, man. I mean, everything about it was cool. Something I wanted to bring up that I don't think we talked about on the last podcast was because of the steep declines, when you're walking downhill, man, Runsky said, he was walking behind me, he was like, Jesus Christ, I should have fucking clipped my toenails. I'm sawing through my fucking sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember to trim your toenails because when you're on them steep declines, dude, they will dig into your fucking shoes.
Especially if you're wearing like leather boots. How bad do you think that would hurt?
Oh yeah, that would
I
suck.
mean, we were wearing like clothy sneakers, which would still suck. But boots would probably hurt a fuckload worse.
Yes, especially like steel toe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't need boots.
No.
Unless it's heavy rain. Okay, get it, but you don't need boots.
Yeah, if the weather's nice, man, a solid pair of like trail shoes or sneakers. I mean, you can wear boots if you want to, but I don't think it's necessary unless you've got like some rain. I know, like I think Thursday and Friday they might have had some rain, so you might have wanted boots on those days.
Yeah, there were some muddy areas.
But nothing. I had no issues out of the sneakers, and I'm glad I wore them because they're super light and like my legs aren't sore or anything. My feet aren't sore, and I mean it wasn't that. I think it ended up being like 7 miles of walking we did, right? Yeah, and that was like the whole day. So that was including the time at the practice course and walking around to the lift and back and forth from the lift. So it wasn't a whole lot of. I'd say the course. They probably have that information online. But I'd guess it around 5 or 6 miles.
Yeah, that was a great course. We went through it quick, for like 4 hours exactly.
Yeah, we smoked that course.
Yeah, we got done. I was like, man, I'm kind of sad that it's over.
Yeah.
Like the past 2 courses we shot, I was like, man, thank God that's over. But that one I could have done it again.
Yeah.
It was great.
I know. I if we didn't have that drive home, I would have jumped on another course.
Yeah, I would have loved to do the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation course.
Yeah.
15 targets, all elk.
We should do that one next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should make it a point to do that one. And we got done. It was like, I don't even think it was noon yet. We talked about going back to the Caribou, but I mean, to be completely honest with you guys, I spent a lot of money, and we're all blue collar guys, and it's like I had that fucking wedding, all the money in between fuel and fucking driving back and forth, and I was like, do I really want to go up there and drop another $150? I mean, I part of me wanted to, but the other part of me was like, man, it feels like there's just I felt like I shot so good on those first 14, and I still didn't get in, and it's just like, I can't shoot any better than that, you know. And so it's just there's just a little aspect of luck to it, and I didn't want to drop the extra money. I felt like I could have kept shooting, like I wasn't like fatigued or anything like that. Next year, it is what it is.
The whole thing is luck. Getting in is luck. Getting drawed is luck. It's all luck.
Yeah, I mean you can shoot really good, and I mean at least for my capability. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get in that 12 ring. I can shoot fucking awesome. I got all around it. I hit the line. I was in the 10 ring a bunch of times. Like, hey, man, I just needed a little bit of a driftage. Well, you know, there were several shots where if I had an inch or less to one direction, I'd have been in.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't there. And I didn't want to spend another. I didn't want to keep dropping money on it. Because then if you don't get in and you spent that extra money, it's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Then you're even more pissed off. So I was happy with it. I shot great. It was fun, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, I told Sam the most amount of money I spent all weekend was on fucking gas getting there and home. I spent I think $170 in fucking gas getting there and back. So
yeah, I don't even know what I was because I went to Salisbury, Maryland, and then from Salisbury, Maryland to there, 6 and some change, and then from there to home, I'm sure I dropped a pretty penny on fuel. I know I took like 7 something in cash down with me, and I had like $50 on the way home. So
God.
yeah, I spent some change.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and that's not counting the money for the Airbnb that we already paid for. So
Yeah.
and the tickets that I already paid for. So drop some cheddar this weekend. But it was worth every fucking penny. I had a fucking blast, man. It was so cool. The wedding was awesome. The only shitty part was the drives. I mean, that sucks, but it's honestly that the drive from home to there isn't that bad. Like 4 hours isn't terrible. It sucks, but it's not like it didn't feel as bad after that drive from Salisbury to there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was an extra 2 hours, so it wasn't too bad of a drive back for me. But it was worth every penny and every hour spent in that fucking car. God damn. I had I had something happen to me on my way home at the gas station. And I'm not normally a person to give money to like homeless people or anything like that. I'm like, get a fucking job.
Yeah.
But this guy pulls up. I'm at the gas pump, and this guy pulls up in a BMW, and he's got 2 little girls in the back seat. And he's like, I don't know, he's from the Middle East, so he's got like a thick accent. And he pulls up, he says, "Hey man, I'm not even gonna try to duplicate his accent." But he basically says that he's trying to get to his sister's, and it's like not even 30 minutes from there, but his gas light is on, and he left his wallet at home. His house is almost 2 hours away. And he's like, "Can you spare a couple bucks for gas?" And he pulls off his gold ring, and he's like, I'll give you this gold ring for some gas money. And I looked at the 2 little girls in the back seat, and I was like, "Dude, I don't want your fucking ring." I gave him $20. I was like, "Get some gas. That'll get you to where you're going."
Good karma.
And he's like, "Thanks, man, thanks." And he rolls his window up and pulls out of the gas station.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, "What a fucking scum."
You should have chased that motherfucker down and killed him.
I was just like, that's why I don't fucking do that.
Exactly.
And I got a soft spot for kids, and I seen the 2 little girls in the back seat, and we even locked eyes. Like, he had his back windows down and looked at the little girl. I was like, man, I'll give this guy a couple bucks. That motherfucker. So
that's probably how he pays for his fucking BMW, scamming motherfuckers.
It's like unbelievable. Yeah. You know what I mean? The guy's got a gold chain on. Like, I wouldn't have thought that's what he was doing.
He probably has a plastic bag of plastic gold rings in his fucking console that he gives to people.
Yeah, and he probably makes a pretty penny doing that shit.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'd have told him to get fucked.
Would you have?
Yeah. I don't give motherfuckers money. Hell no.
Ah, man. I'll be next time. I won't. I'm not gonna tell him to fuck off with the 2 little girls in the backseat. But next time, I'm gonna be a little smarter. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, pull around to the pump. I'll put a couple bucks in there for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And hindsight's 20/20. Whatever. He fucking got me. You motherfucker. Yeah.
Shyster, motherfucker.
What are you gonna do?
Not give motherfuckers money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Because you just don't. I work hard for my money. I'm not giving it away to somebody who's. I don't know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's 2022. If you need gas and you don't have your wallet, there's ways to get gas.
Yeah, that too. Fucking Venmo or something. Have somebody send you a couple bucks. Do something. Ah, that pissed me off. So, you got anything else on the TAC?
TAC is come and gone. Now we look forward to deer season.
Oh, yeah. God. That's hey, we got less than 3 months.
Yeah, I got to get a rangefinder. I got to resight my bow in because I'm going to up the weight on my arrows.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to get some weight inserts, screw them into the back of my inserts, and have to resight the bow in.
Yeah, buddy.
And then I'll be pretty much ready. In the meantime, we got I got some planning to do with my saddle, the Dvoraks. We gotta do some work with them, get them trained up, working their climbers.
Do they get them yet, or?
I don't think so. Maybe I haven't talked to them, so I gotta reach out to them. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna keep shooting. Because you gotta stay fresh. I mean,
Man, I felt like I shot the best I could have.
Yeah.
I shot great.
You were killing it, dude. I felt like I was shooting the best I could have, and I couldn't keep up with it. I mean, you stayed ahead of me. It was fun as hell.
It was fun. We will be back.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back next year.
I can't believe how much it's grown in just 1 year.
Yeah, that's what TAC Rob said. It was like 1,000 more people there this year.
Me and Runsky were talking on the way back. It's like, can they keep doing it with just one crew? Like, are they going to have to, like, split up and have, like, 2 crews doing, like, 20 events across the summer?
Yeah. I don't know. You'd think so. I mean, is it the same crew of people that travel from TAC to TAC?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100%, but I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, that would be wild.
I mean, because they do one every weekend, so you'd think it's only one every other weekend.
Yeah,
so.
and that truck's driving around. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of work, man. Setting them targets up, and like, dude, there are so many targets, all these courses.
And the demand. Like, there's people that can't even get registered.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're going to have to add more events, get a second, maybe a third crew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's such a good time. It really is. I think next year we're gonna probably do the campground.
Yes.
Save a few bucks that way.
Save a lot of bucks.
There's some cheap camping available around there, and that's cool as hell. I mean, we'll sit around a campfire and drink Busch Light out of solo cups.
We'll take some fucking bacon, eggs, and steaks.
Yeah.
And some beer.
God.
God. What else do you need?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I'm glad we took off today. Runsky went into work. He's crazy.
Idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we took off. We got a nice day to unwind and get ready to get back to the old 9 to 5 or
Fuck that. I'm retiring.
6 to 4. Fuck. Yeah, I know. That's what we were saying before the podcast. Let's just retire.
I'm so sick of it.
Let's just not go back to work.
There's got to be easier ways.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
So I got something I wanted to bring up. It's a current event, if you will. A 25-year-old woman from Grove City, Ohio, along with 2 other visitors, broke a park regulation requiring visitors to stay at least 25 yards away from a bison in Yellowstone. She approached within 10 feet of this bison on the morning of May 30th, 2022. Before it gored the woman and tossed her 10 feet in the air,
Fuck yeah.
she was then taken to a local hospital via ambulance and later died from her wounds.
Good. A heartless motherfucker. Stay away from the goddamn bison.
Yeah, like, what are you thinking?
I mean, how much do they weigh? 4,000 pounds? I don't know. It's a big fucking animal. Leave it alone.
Yeah, it threw her 10 feet in the air, is what it said.
It's not a puppy.
Gored the woman and died in her wounds. And I mean, that's a shame. She was 25 years old. But, I mean, you know, this is why there's these regulations and rules. That's just fucking... You're just asking for this kind of thing.
It happens every year.
Yeah.
Every year some fucking dipshit dies.
Yep. That's when you're dealing with these animals. I mean, that is what does a bison weigh? 2,000 pounds? Yeah,
I'll look it up real fucking quick.
That animal gives 0 fucks about you. Zero. It has no regard for human life.
Yeah.
And you're a fucking toy to that thing. Its neck muscles and head probably weigh more than her whole body did. And that is just a fucking nightmare. And probably a terrible way to go. So anytime you're out in the wild, be aware of these things.
This says it's a big fucking range. For the American bison, the male can weigh anywhere from 1,000 to 2,200 pounds.
Okay. So
it's a fucking ton of just
meat and thick gristle and bone and just it's fucking monster.
That gives 0 fucks about you.
Yeah, that does not care about you or your kids or
your stupid fucking selfie you want to get.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, that bison target we shot, that thing was fucking massive.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's smaller.
Yeah, probably. I could not imagine just having the audacity to get within 10 feet of one of those things. You wouldn't catch me within 25 feet of one of them things. It's not happening.
I'm not even going to walk up on like a fucking deer. Take a hoof to the face.
Yeah, I mean, deer kill people all the time.
Yeah.
Whew. So, yeah.
Leave the critters alone in Yellowstone. I know you can get close to them because they're so used to human presence.
Yeah.
But just don't fucking do it. It's not worth it.
They seem docile, but they're still wild animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not your dog.
humans aren't a threat to them because generations and generations of those animals have never been pursued by humans. So we're not a threat.
Yeah, and all they see us as is maybe a food source because dumb people try to feed them, and they're probably just, they just don't give a fuck about us. So don't do that. Yeah. But overall, I mean, that's pretty much all I had for us. I had a fucking amazing time at the T.A.C.
Yes.
It was nice to run into some of you guys there, and I know some of you guys had some killer times there yourselves.
We've seen some people that we've seen last year.
Yep.
A couple people, actually.
Yeah, yep. Shot with Todd. Actually, I forgot. We never did catch up with him after the fact. Shout out Todd. Hope you had a good time there, man. I know you did from what I talked to you. He had his daughter there shooting and stuff, so that was cool. I mean, it's always cool to see the kids there too, man.
Yeah.
They got little kids range and stuff. It is
like 5 yard like rabbits and shit.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, still seeing a lot of people picking up arrows and doing dumb shit like that.
I think, did we talk about it on the last one?
Yeah.
Me and Runsky, some guy behind us picked up an arrow and was shooting with it the entire course.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting great with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's another, proceed at your own risk, caution, whatever. I got an arrow in a tree. I treed.
Oh my God.
That thing went right through that tree too. 80-pound limbs, baby. We were busting Runsky the whole time about it. Like, oh man, my arrow's so hard to pull out of this target. Runsky just slides out of there.
Which they were hard to get out.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the 80 pounds makes a difference in pulling them out of targets.
Yeah, maybe get some arrow lube next time. No, be a man.
Nah, it's not that bad. It's like if you have some, it's worth using for sure, I guess. But it's not something you need. No. You don't have to waste your money on that. There's a lot of shit that you just don't need. Like, I don't know, fucking people bring an unnecessarily large amount of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But even arrows, like I had almost 2 dozen arrows, and like I said, I only lost 2.
Yeah, I lost more than I should have with my stupid piece of shit rangefinder that I left on the mountain.
Yeah.
On purpose, left on the mountain. Fired it right in the garbage.
The T.A.C. at Seven Springs, Leupold, I can't ever say that right. How do you say that? Leupold. They actually will let you rent one. So that's something if you forget your rangefinder or binos, they do that there, which is pretty cool. But we had rangefinders, so everybody brought one. So now you just got to buy another one. Yeah, because that's something you just, for hunting, you got to have one.
Well, we preached it over and over and over again. Buy right or buy twice, and now I gotta buy twice.
Buy twice, yeah. But you go on Lancaster Archery and you get yourself a nice Vortex rangefinder for, I think mine was like $130 or $150.
I was looking before you got here. The cheapest Vortex was $179.
Man,
it's on clearance.
They went up.
Yeah,
that sucks. But it's the only one you'll ever buy, as long as you don't lose it. If you break it, it starts going haywire or whatever, they'll send you a brand new one. So if you have an issue like that at the T.A.C., they'll send you a brand new one. You don't have to go and buy another one.
Yeah.
So it is well worth the money. I think Leupold has the same deal too.
Yeah, I might shop around, see what the best deal is. I don't need anything that goes over 1,000 fucking yards.
Yeah, mine I think only goes to 1,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great rangefinder though. I've got no complaints.
I just need an accurate reading. And even the angle compensation. That's a key. You need that.
For an archer, angle compensation is everything, dude. I mean, that's really nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're a tree stand archer. I mean, you got to have it.
Yeah.
Yep. You got anything else, Johnny?
I got nothing. T.A.C. will see you next year.
T.A.C. will be back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys shoot awesome. Appreciate your support. Make sure you give us a 5-star review on Spotify.
Nothing less.
And like and subscribe. Bye.